Welcome to the CloudSense Product Design Studio functional demonstration. This short video will demonstrate how Design Studio is specifically intended to make working with CloudSense Configurator easier. Using this key administration capability, CloudSense provides a simple yet effective user interface for catalog administrators to build product models in CloudSense, benefiting from reduced time to market as well as significant time and cost savings. For the purposes of this video, we will be using a very simple product example and adding additional scope to it. This digital subscription product currently only accepts two inputs, the type and number of licenses. Currently, when a salesperson configures a new order, they simply select the license type and quantity. We are assuming the price per month at a fixed rate of £10 per month for a user license and £100 per month for a site-based license, with the price per month fixed depending on the license type and remaining unchanged regardless of the quantity. We will now go ahead and edit this product configuration using Product Design Studio to add some new capabilities. Firstly, we will add a new attribute to capture the site IP address and some logic to disable or enable the license quantity and IP address range fields based on the selected license type. Having added the new attribute, let's focus on the screen layout. CloudSense allows you to generate a fully bespoke order capture screen, but also provides out-of-the-box capability to automatically generate them. We will add a new pricing section to the existing screen and move the price per month field into it. The CloudSense Product Design Studio adopts a simple and consistent design approach. System administrators can tailor the layout at design time to focus on particular areas. For now, we will remove the attributes section from the screen. Let's switch our attention to business logic. CloudSense rules operate dynamically at runtime, and because changes can be made so quickly, business logic can be implemented in a way that improves process and application performance. We are going to create a rule that disables the IP address range fields and makes the number of licenses field mandatory if the license type is user, and vice versa if the license type is site. CloudSense rules comprises both predicates and actions. Predicates are conditions that are firstly evaluated by the rule to either true or false, whilst actions are what is then executed by the rule based on the result of the predicate. Predicates can evaluate expressions as well as literal values. First of all, we will create the predicate to evaluate whether the license type is equal to user. Now let's create the actions. We will create 4 of these. First, to make quantity attribute mandatory. Second, to disable the quantity attribute. Third, to make the IP address range attribute mandatory. And lastly, to disable the IP address range. Now, let's focus on the predicates, actions and rule sections. We will bind the predicates and actions together into a new rule to evaluate that when the license type is equal to user, then we make the quantity attribute mandatory whilst disabling the IP address range. However, when the license type is equal to site, we disable the quantity attribute and make the IP address range mandatory. Finally, we would also like to add in a new attribute to calculate the total price of our selected option. After placing the new attribute in the pricing section, we then create the actions to calculate the attribute at runtime. We will create 2 actions in this case. Firstly, where the display value is calculated as number of licenses multiplied by the cost per month, and secondly, to set the value of total price to price per month. Notice that when defining actions, we are able to reference other attributes within the product definition. We can now add the total price actions to the new rule we created earlier. The total price should only be displayed when the license type is user. Where the license type equals to site, we will set the value to price per month. The inspector allows us to identify all items related to an attribute, predicate, action and rule, and provides a great way to validate our work. When we inspect the quantity attribute, for example, it will highlight and filter all related items on screen related to that particular item. Before we finish, we would like to change the order in which the rules run. We can do this by dragging and dropping rules in the desired order. The final step is to save and compile the product definition. This commits and publishes our changes. We can see how these changes have filtered through to the configuration screen. With the license type of user, we are able to edit the number of licenses, while the IP address range has been disabled. We also have a pricing section which displays price per month and total price. We also see how changing the license type to site has the opposite effect and no longer calculates the total price, but sets the total price to price per month. This video has demonstrated the ease of use of CloudSense's Product Design Studio. Using this simple and consistent design approach, we are able to benefit from reduced time to market for new products and services. We have demonstrated the intuitive behavior and administration capabilities within Product Designer with simple attribute creation, drag and drop capabilities, and rule creation. Through easy-to-use functionality, we are able to benefit from significant IT time and cost savings, as well as increased employee productivity.